stream, get this up and running. So, welcome to musicbythemeasurespro.com. I guess it's not the... Anyway, if you want to help support us making more content, videos like this, drum exercises, guitar exercises, piano exercises, all that good stuff, become a member at musicbythemeasurespro.com. I got kind of a little lost in thought, and I moved something around and obviously hit go. And so the stream started a little bit early. Anyway, so this is my 4th day of working on these exercises. These are exercises I came up with for Smells Like Teen Spirit. Now, this is taking me a little bit longer than I'd like it to. And part of it is just I have some weakness in my drum playing that I need to continue to work on resolving. And these kind of exercises help me resolve them. And I've noticed when I hand these exercises to students, it helps them as well. So we're just going to dive in and forget that I pressed record a little bit too early and go from there. I was just trying to get my metronome where I want it to be volume-wise. So let's just go over these exercises. So exercise 1 is, it's for this first beat in Smells Like Teen Spirit, when it goes 1, E, and... Now, I can't get that up to speed yet in the actual song, so that's part of the reason why I'm doing this. And also, my 16th note kicks are sloppy. That in are E-E-E-E-E. It's funny. It's when I do E-E-E-E. 1, it sounds like a donkey or a pig. 2, it's much easier for me to go right, and that's essentially what we're playing. But when the hands are leading, it's a bit harder for me to do. So anyway, exercise number 1 is this: 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. Trying to keep that steady. Also, I think anytime that we can simplify something, it just makes our life easier. We can simplify that exercise, work on that exercise, then bring it to the whole song. All right. So, we're not going to do 71. So let's do, I don't know, what 55 was our slow exercise the other day. So actually, no, we will warm up with 71. And it might kick my butt a little bit, but then we'll go back. And, not to retread all the same ground that I've already done, but, it's going to make sense for me to tighten up on 71 and then go to 55 and try to play that and get that a little bit tighter and just get these exercises closer. I know I was like, I don't know, yesterday I left the session going like, I could probably make all the 55 times work. None of them were amazing. None of them were super tight. So I'd prefer to, just spend a little bit more time on them. All right, let me get the rest of my bearings straight, and then we'll go. All right, so 71, we're just going to really get this idea of 1 and 2, and we don't even care if this is sloppy. This is really just warming up to get the exercise started. So we'll just jump into record, though, because, why not? Maybe you get lucky and something good happens. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and... So I already feel, even though it's my first time through this, way better than yesterday. 2, 3, and 4, and 4, and 1 E, and a 2 E, and a 3, and a 4, and... 3 E, and a 4, and 1 E, and a 2 E, and a... 2. Let's make sure I'm actually coming in on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it becomes, this is what it feels like I'm doing. All right, so I need to know that my ambition right now is to just get a groove going more than being perfect right now. It's tough for me, especially when I'm doing these lives where I'm like, shit, I'm playing like crap. Shit, I'm playing like crap. It's just, you got to settle in and just get this groove going. 1 E and 2 E and Yeah, and I say to myself, like, if I can't play this groove at this moment, right, which I can't, you can hear it at 71, I can't do this. How am I expecting my feet to do this in the song? So it's a good exercise to get ready and closer to playing the song. And chances are you do these exercises for 3 or 4 days, you'll be able to play the song. All right, let's do a couple more at 71. I'm just going to start right away with these eighth notes because I really want to get that groove. 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a. One E and a 2 E and a. So the funny thing is, now I feel like I'm exactly where I was yesterday, where we started this first one. It's like, oh yeah, I'm hearing 71 well, I'm playing it well. I'm telling myself this more than you guys. Just I'm going to struggle on 2 of them, and then I'm going to go to slower tempo. That's all we're going to worry about right now. Struggle on 2, slower tempo. Struggle on. I have to tell myself that because sometimes this is like, shit, man. I'm really stinking on drums. Now I'm not a good drummer, but I'm not this bad. Maybe I am this bad. 1 E and a 2 E and a. Two, 3, 4. So I don't need to embarrass myself anymore. So let's go back to the slower tempo. Kind of like come up with a plan in my head. I think just because I'm not seeing a ton of progress. No, here's my plan. I'm going to do this till Wednesday. That's kind of what I told myself I was going to do anyway. If after Wednesday I don't see the progress I want, I'm going to go back to the song, work on the song for a bit, come back to this. And then honestly, I might just take 2 weeks off from Smells Like Teen Spirit. My student, so I was working on this for a student. My student's already done with it. So at this point, I'm kind of like, I'm not done with it. They already played the recital. They felt good about it. I'm like, well, I haven't really finished this. It'd be nice to learn. And it'd be nice to get these techniques out of there, right? Like, you know, the 16th note kick, getting my speed up on that. All good things to work on. But you also have to, like, I don't know. I'm getting to the point on this song where I'm starting to run into circles. But I've had some missed days. Like, I had a really good day. I think yesterday was like an hour-long practice. That's a good practice for me. But you know, you do have to like count your losses at some point and be like, all right, well, I'm not having the gains I want. Let's take 2 weeks off from this exercise, this song, and then come back to it in 2 weeks with fresh eyes. Chances are you'll probably be done with it as long as you've put the work in beforehand. All right, so this is a slower tempo. Let's see what I can do on that. So that wasn't actually terrible. We'll do a couple more of those. Need to do one more measure. All right, this is regaining my ability and thinking that I can actually play drums. may have not been the tightest one in the world. Let's listen back to see where we're at. 2, 3, and 4, and so pretty sloppy. Kind of thought it was a little bit better than that, but listening back, and again, that's what I love about this setup. Just listening back to yourself, you're like, you could have thought you did a good take. I could practice for 4 hours and think I'm doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden you listen back, you're like, oh, I'm not hearing that. So let's do one. Here's where I struggle. If I do one where I'm just going 1 and 2 and 3, I'm pretty good at that. I can play eighth notes with my hand. 1 and 2, and I'm pretty talented that way. It's putting these, right? Becomes this is what it feels like in my brain. What's up, bro? I can't see your name from here. Sorry, my screen's a little farther away than I'd like it. But it starts with an A. Aviation? Machine? I think I got it right. I think I might have it right. How's your day going, my guy? I am struggling on some drum exercises that I made. See, I made these for myself, and I'm still struggling on them. A lot of it is this E and you know, I can hit the kick. It's hitting the kick in time, continually. The other thing that I notice, and I'm just rambling at this point, what I notice is like working on these exercises and not being good at them. Not fun. Not fun to do. I'd rather be good. But then going and playing the beat, it's like, that has a flow to it now because I'm getting that sense. I think it's no different than, you know, you spend an hour on anything, you're going to get an incremental gain. You're not just going to blow up and be really, really good right away. I would prefer to be really good right away. All right. So even just realigning with 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and let's do a couple of those. Just with this simplistic, I mean, it's the same idea, it's just without metronome. So there's kind of saying there's some deficiency in my metronome understanding, which I already knew about. Now you guys can know about it too. All right, let's see what happens. Let's try to get that kick going. And 2 E and 3 E and better. In the middle, it kind of got a little lost. Now, I don't think by any means that one was perfect, but other than maybe like the second measure was a little sloppy, maybe every measure was. 3 and 4 and... So a little bit of lag in the kick. One thing I like to do is take the metronome out and then listen to it. Do I have a good enough sense of flow that, you know, if I quantize it a little bit, am I fine? You hear that pull back in my rhythm. And then just complete trash. Guys, believe me, it will get better. It will get better in time. It's going to take some time. We'll do it again. Now, this probably isn't fun to watch. Just somebody struggling to play. Some of the reason why I'm okay with this is I feel like there's a lot of YouTube videos out there, and I'm not making an excuse for myself. This is going to sound like one, and I'll fix it. There's a lot of YouTube videos where you see somebody who's perfect. You see somebody who's really, really good. I'm not there. Now, I taught for like 15 to, I might even taught for 20 years of my life. Doesn't mean I was a great player. I was good at assessing a student, seeing where their deficiencies were, and training them. And often getting them to a place where they were playing better than I really quickly. Then when I owned my teaching studio, I was able to take a student that played guitar and played at a higher level than me and pass it on to somebody else who's better than me. Kind of a gateway. You know, I was a little bit of I am a jack of all trades, master of none. Working on in the next 2 years of mastering adjacent. I don't know if mastering's possible. But just getting really close and getting really, really good. This is part of that journey. It's gonna suck for a while. You know, I'm gonna hit 10,000 kicks before I can perfectly play these 16th notes in time. The speech is more for me than anybody else. But if you're watching, going like, why is this guy fucking just beating his head against the wall playing it? Because that is the way you get good. You know, hopefully you get smarter. You get smarter quicker. I don't think Teen Spirit's a great song for me to work on. It's a little bit too challenging for me. I should try to, next song, pick something a little bit closer in my grasp. And every song, new concepts, new ideas, and you just keep reinforcing those ideas. Eventually, you get to the place. I think it's Maxim Goodwill, the 10,000 hours theory. I think there's some truth to it. I was trying to do math on that the other day. If I put an hour in a day, which is kind of all I have for one lesson video, and I do 2 of those a day, that's only 14 hours a week. Now, hopefully I get 2 to 3 other hours a day of practice in as well, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So, that's my big, long ramble on, man, that guy should probably learn how to play drums. I am. I'm learning how to play drums. It's taking time. And other instruments. Just happen to be drum the focus today. 1E and a 2E and a... That felt okay. We should do one more and then listen back to those 2. Fell apart. All right, let's listen to that one before. There might have been something good there. Might not have been. We'll find out. Find out together. Fell apart there. I'm going to call that good enough for now. See if I can quantize that. Because eventually, kind of like I've been saying, I have to pull the Band-Aid off and be done with these exercises. Even if, here's my problem. As a person and maybe as a musician, I just stay on stuff too long. You know, there is a time to like be done with something, move on. And you just have to call that. You have to call that for you where it's at. I love the idea of having a finished project. You know, in my mind, this video that I'm working towards should have like 4 different speeds. Here's these 4 exercises. Exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different speeds, and then you put the beat together. That would be the ideal. And the reality is I may not be at that position right now to record a video like that. But where I'm happy with myself is I'm pushing myself to try this, right? From here, it's no different than the metronome. The metronome is giving me this feedback of saying, hey, my guy, you're not in time. You're not in time. You're not in time. That's what the metronome tells me. And doing these videos does the same thing. It's like, oh man, I'm not ready to do these kind of exercises because I don't have the skill set yet. So you can keep on working on the skill set, or you can avoid it for a bit. Not avoid it in a bad way, but avoid it in like, go past this and then tackle this 3 months down the road or a month down the road. You got to pick your battles. All right, so exercise number 2 for this song, 1E. Wait, here's what else I'll say. From yesterday's recording, I'm playing these all at a higher level already. They're tighter. I'm hearing it better. I just don't know. And you guys can tell me, comment below. We don't get a ton of people watching these, which is okay. I don't know if I can do 12 of these. Can I do part 12? And you guys are like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, why? This guy is so obsessive. Now, if I did 12 of these, I will become a fucking champ on 16th note offbeats with my kick. So, you know, if you want to see me do 100 videos of this exercise, you let me know. I don't know if I'll make it that far, though. All right. Exercise number 2 is 1E and 2E and... let's mute that channel. This rhythmic alignment. 1E and 1E. 1E. Yeah, you got to leave enough space. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4 and... One E and 2E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4 and... Not bad for the first one. 3E and 4 and 1E and 2E and So it was feeling actually pretty good about the first 4 of that. And for these exercise videos, I'm fine cheating. I'm fine getting a decent 4 measures and then copying and pasting the last 2 and making it look like it worked. So I'm fine with some cheating and looking perfect. Let me quantify that though. If I'm handing an exercise to a student and it's out of time, that's not going to serve anybody. So I'd rather have them see me struggle in a video like this. They see me struggle in lessons too. I can pull it off a little bit better just in person. And I'm fine with that. That doesn't matter to me at all. But I do feel like if I'm going to have somebody practice over and over again with this, it should be quantized. It should be tight. It should feel, you know, like that. Like the song in rhythm, in time. All right, this is that. So those first 2 measures were exactly what I want. Just really tight on that 16th note, or on the downbeat. 1E, and not rushing that E or the E. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4 and 1E, 2E. Let's try a couple more. I like that one. I like the first 2 measures. Should go for 6 in a row. It's really the ambition. The first little bit wasn't bad, and then it fell off. All right, I'm gonna say screw it on that one. Nah, let's do two more. I was gonna say I really just want to use the last two measures that were good, because otherwise we're gonna have 40 measures or 40 takes to search through. No, we can do a better one. We could do it better. Let's do a couple more, and then we'll move to exercise 3. Really felt like, except for that last measure, I was pretty happy with that one. Complete garbage. We'll come back to it. Either that or we'll use, I think this one was the one I liked. I think it was halfway decent. Never feeling like I'm getting all 6 measures. Like there's 4 that have like a pretty nice groove to them and feel consistent. That end of the 4 end, usually then I'm rushing the 1. Let's listen. So just terrible here. The rub with where the metronome's at via where I'm playing, not in the same place. Yeah, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it or just delete it. Those are my 2 options. Now, do you guys have any questions about drums? I got a couple people watching right now. Are you drummers? You just interested in watching somebody struggle? Yeah. This would not be the first song I would recommend if you're playing drums for the first time. Free Falling. That's what I usually teach in the beginning. All right. Exercise number 3. Again, each one of these, like, oftentimes, in my ramble 7 of the day, oftentimes a student comes in, I inherit a student from somebody else, and they come in with a book, and these books are filled with exercises like this, which is kind of the idea, right? Like, but most kids don't want to sit and play exercises over and over again. They will if they can see it leads to a song that they enjoy and they like. So that's kind of the reason behind this as well. So this is going 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. So just putting all these different exercises together gets you, a good groove going. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I don't know why that one's easier for me. I don't think that was perfect, but not bad for the first one. Thought that was okay. Might be good enough for that tempo. All right, the whole beat. Now, I struggle playing this slow. I mean, that is the truth of the matter. having that consistency of my kick drum while going 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. Now, all those 3 exercises. Can I use all of the? Yeah, all those 3 exercises. Those 3 exercises would really be a quicker way to say that. Leads me up to play this better. Anytime that you can remove pieces and add them back together, that's going to really help your playing, help your understanding of music as well as the playing. All right, let's hear 55 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and. All right, let's do a couple. See how it goes. 1 E and 2 E and 1, 2 E. Not great, not terrible. 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. So I just have a lot of growth that has to happen on offbeat stuff for one, and then just kick control. So you can hear me very early on. This could be like a master class in how not to play in time. Very early on, just being sloppy with those E, E, on my kick, and that just rushing every single one of them just a little bit causes me to be late, or it causes me to be early, on the next downbeat. So it's not terrible. Stick the metronome out. See how it actually sounds. I can tell you the first 2 measures are wonky, like getting in and out of them, and then I kind of pull it together, but not completely. Like that feels mostly okay to me. Probably serviceable for what we're doing. You know, this is not a finalized recording. It's not like I am in the band Nirvana. Clearly, I could never make that in. And I'm doing a recording, right? I mean, like, this is a practice track. So, obsess over this to a degree. Let me say that the right way. I would be okay obsessing over the skill set. That's what I'm worried about. I don't. If I can glean the skill set from doing these videos, that's what I care about, because that's going to make every video that I play easier and every lesson that I play easier. Shit, I'll do some of these sessions for an hour to 2 hours and go in and go teach lessons, and I'm just like playing like a motherfucker because I just did an intense hour-long practice session, right? Just happens to be recorded. I should try to get one more exercise 2 that was better than the shit that I laid out earlier. So let's try that at this tempo, and then we're going to graduate to faster tempos. And who knows? We may end up only doing, like, I don't know. I'm going to do this tomorrow, definitely, like I said, because I already said I was going to do it. So, but then I feel like I'm getting a little antsy and need to move on. So maybe the exercise video is just that. Like, hey, here's 4 speeds, or here's 4 exercises, 2 speeds. Work on this beat. Get it up to speed. Work on that. Do better. Get it done. All right. Exercise 2. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Way better. I could live with that one, but like I said, I'm a little picky, so I'm going to do one more. That one I was pleased for sure on the first, maybe it's the first 2 measures. A lot of it for me that these will do down the road is train my ability to concentrate, to focus for 6 measures in a row, to count measures while playing. Because half the time I play, I close my eyes. Da, 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 da. You know, I'm thinking about the rhythm in my head. That's a better way for me to do it. I like how my first stick click was late. Couldn't even do that. And 4 and. So I think in this next measure you'll hear me rush that 1 E. Well, E. I'm just rushing, you know. I say it is rushing. It's lack of control. 1 E. You know, it's making that leg respond how you want it to. There's an exercise for that probably in like 3 months I'll want to tackle. Right now, I want to focus on songs. I don't even mind that one hit was early. I don't mind that. I can fix that. And it's good enough. And again, I'm starting to feel that connection. I'm starting to get that rhythm better. Would like to get it quicker. Less blood on the floor, ideally, but you know, today is not that day. And you know what fun would these videos be if I was good at everything like that? Why would you want to watch somebody who's good? Watch somebody who's struggling. All right, I got like 7 minutes left, so let's kind of get the 71 in our head, and then tomorrow that's what we'll tackle, 71, and I don't know, we'll see if we get another speed or not. So let's just get that tempo. 4 and 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and 1 E. See, right away, you do not hear any separation in my kick. 1 E and a 2 E and a. So what I'm trying to do right now, let's hear that click again. 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. So without metronome. Can you practice it, get that idea, that sense of it down, and then also when you add that metronome, let's make sure I get the kick in there before I keep talking. You see a hiccup. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. So, I mean, yes, this is an exercise for teen spirit, but it's also a great exercise in independence of limbs. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. The upbeat gets me a lot. I like how I say upbeat. Part of it is I really think of it as strumming guitar. So I'm always doing. Maybe that's a disconnect that I need to fix. Right now, I'm just putting it on the downbeat. You have to think of them as two distinct rhythms. I can tell you what, though, if I play drums for like 2 hours and I move to guitar becomes rhythmically the easiest thing I could ever do. I'm just my rhythm thinking goes away. Like it just becomes innate because all of a sudden I'm dealing with ideally 2 rhythm appendages instead of 4. Sometimes I'm only dealing with 1, depends how I'm playing. One E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and 1 and 2 and yeah. So 71 might be too fast for me. No, I'm just making excuses. I just need to learn how to do it. All right, so we hear the tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I feel like as soon as I get going, like this leg is not landing where I want it to. 2 E and so this all in well might be something that I have to push pause on. Like I said, gonna hit it tomorrow. Gonna be okay. At least I have these slow tempos done. But it might be something that I go, hey, it's a great video idea. It's just not a video idea I can pull off at this point with this skill set. And that might be just in itself a good comparison. I'm doing this tomorrow. But if I then after tomorrow don't feel good about it, take 3 weeks off, take 4 weeks off, work on another song, work on a simpler song that's more my skill set, and lead back up to this and try this in 3 months. If in 3 months I can play this, it's again a test to say, hey, I am gaining, I'm getting better, and it's through these exercises that are helping me. All right, you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday. It feels like a weird week because of Memorial Day yesterday, and I'll be talking to you all soon. We'll be doing more exercise, more videos. If you guys need sheet music, become a member, or if you want to support, not even if you need sheet music, if you want music lesson videos, I shouldn't say music videos. I'll make music videos too if you want, but if you guys want lesson videos, if you guys want sheet music, we have good deals going on all the time. We try to write high quality sheet music that is having all the details and all the parts in of the song. All right, you guys have a